Come on. Beep beep. I wonder where those enemies are. Oh, instead of like trying to mount that curb, that could have been a perfect spot to use the rockets, like the jump jets, I guess. Well, so we're gonna get better headlights on this thing. Oh man, you know what's gonna happen? We're gonna go back there, and his decryption's not gonna be high enough, and we're gonna have to come all the way back again. It has to be done though. Yeah, oh, it's gonna be the biggest debate ever. Like, you just don't get debated like that, right? It's gonna suck so much. The debate of all debates. The Mass Effect debate. We can call it the mass debate. As long as you don't get masturbated too much, you could go blind. Oh, we can move those? What? Yeah, I would really, really, really appreciate if we have enough decryption for this. I probably should have just looked it up on the wiki. We could have worked out then we would have known if we're coming back or not. Go, Shep, go. She's excited. She's like, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. I often feel in a game like this where you don't revisit zones it doesn't feel like you should be revisiting zones at all. When you start to know your way around them, without looking at the map, somewhat efficiently, it quite possibly means that you've spent too much time back and forth and backtracking. Especially when they have some sort of maze-like quality to them. Like, you know, I often get very familiar with... No! You know what I should have... You know what I really should have done? What would have been the pro move? Would have been saving it before we turned around. Right, like the second I got the level up and spent the points, that was where the save should have been. And then we could have just teleported back to that save. I don't know where the save is from here, so I'm not risking it. What area am I in? The Exogeny thing. On Ferris. Have a high stakes conversation with group members to get a level up. Caden's got max decryption. Alright, take 10. but he's poop at fighting because he's got max decryption. So he doesn't, and he's a dirty human, right? There it is, we boosted off it. Okay. No harm done. Only spent like 20 minutes going back and forth trying to open that thing and still haven't. But we're here now. We're ready to go kill a Thorian. Wait, who are you? Yeah, I saw you there.
Enemy sighted.
Thorian Creeper. You're not actually that tough.
What was that creature? It certainly wasn't human.
Wipe everything out or leave the colonists.
No hitting the colonists, even if the Thorian makes them fire on us. That's what the gas grenades are for.
Very well, Commander. Let's go.
Alright, so I think I have my gas grenades equipped properly. I mean, I don't have a grenade launcher, so I'm guessing we just launch it with G. Beep beep. Oh, they don't have grenades. Oh wait, I've got a tool. Wait, I don't have an Omni tool. Oh, I didn't realize you had an Omni tool. Here, take this, dude. "16 colonists alive."
Enemy sighted.
They're like, "We're not going to fire at anything. Don't you worry, Panz." Are they colonists?
Powering up.
Get down!
He's just like, "And one for good measure." Oh, man.
Incoming!
Get down!
Oh, I see. They're sleeping. Dude, you have almost no health. There you go. Garrus, you're dying again. You're very good at dying, Garrus.
Here it comes!
Oh, wow. That does really good on those dudes as well. I'm out of grenades. Huh. We have an issue here. How do I get more grenades? Wait, don't equip. Is there an ability to make grenades? Why would you only get 5 grenades for 16 colonists? Looks like we have to get the job done. I leave combat, will it give me more grenades? Load up and try again. So we know we've got to be more careful with the grenades. I used 3 at that last one, and I didn't need to, I think. Yeah, so I've got 4 grenades. I wonder if I go into the maker if that'll give me another grenade session. So we used 1 grenade to get these guys, which was fine. Have to be very careful with grenade usage. I think we're pretty close to the end there. I think that was the last push too. I'm poisoned, I guess. Come here, Rex. Rexy. So I have 3 grenades. There's 4 dudes there. I just need to get the grenades onto them.
They're definitely protecting the ship, Commander. We've got to move one of those cargo blocks.
Oh, you could. I think you could almost use 1 grenade for both of those. We might have to do this section again. Nope, we got more grenades, so now we can gas them out. That was super convenient, that was. That's locked. Rex just tanked on that. All 16 colonists are still alive too.
There's a crane, Commander. Can you make sense of the controls?
Okay, so I am out of grenades though, but I think we saved everyone.
I tried to fight it, but it gets in your head. You can't imagine the pain. I was supposed to be their leader. These people trusted me. It wants me to stop you, but I won't. I won't!
Oh man, we were saying he was creepy and he was a good guy. Feels, man. That's the crane. We've already used the crane. I wonder if we do have a grenade left if she throws it in the cutscene. Prob's not, right? So the question is, if we level up now, do we go back down into the Back to the other thing. Probably not. Hey Rex. Let's go, buddy. We've got a chunk of Paragon points there. Does that do anything for us here? It gives us a charm. Hey, we got a charm spot.
Alright, we just need to find this creature and determine what
There's a dude in the doorway.
What This was not covered by my training manuals.
That's a plant.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen. This may be problematic.
Those are octopus tentacles, right? Always tentacles in games. What's going on? Is that Sony?
Invaders.
That's just a
Your
sorry.
every step is a transgression. 1,000 feelers appraise you as meat, good only to dig or decompose. I speak for the old growth as I did for Saren. You are within and before the Thorian. It commands that you be in awe.
I need what Saren came for.
You gave something to Saren. Something I need.
Saren sought knowledge of those who are gone. The old growth listened to flesh for the first time in the long cycle. Trades were made. Then cold ones began killing the flesh that would tend the next cycle. Flesh fairly given. The old growth sees the air you push as lies. It will listen no more.
I'm after Saren.
Give me what I need, and I'll strike back at the one who betrayed you.
No more will the Thorian listen to those that scurry. Your lives are short, but have gone on too long. Your blood will feed the ground in the new growth.
I don't understand why we didn't kill that one on the way in, right? Like it was there. Thinking to myself, that doesn't look like Thorin Creeper, that looks like my friend, who is on really low health, or dead. You know, one of the two.
Command. There's some kind of growth here that is definitely different.
Patching you up.
That hurt it. I can tell. A few more of those and it's in trouble.
We can talk now? Huh? Huh? Oh, nuts. I mean, we just chased down the assigning clone again, right? Or is it going to meet us somewhere else? It's not here. Okay, so it's gone a different way. Oh, there it is. So I guess that is going to be the process. Every time we... Why didn't you get rezzed? Or whatever it is. And it's going to spit out another clone. Oh, and then we're going to be stuck. Maybe not stuck, but... Just like COD dump. Yeah, close zombie. The next clone. Down you go.
Good as new.
I don't know about good as maybe as new is different in your by your definitions than mine. I just gotta sorry boss, I just gotta play a mini game. We're all poisoned up pretty bad, right? Yeah. And 3 clones down. How many more tentacles do we have to destroy? Oh, this room doesn't look very fun. Although I do have a grenade, which could be good for that. This is a really nice spot for us to be in. I think the three of us are still very close. Dying. Don't be game crash. Be cutscene into victory. I seem to have been shooting Rex. There's no friendly fire. Not responding. Close program or wait for program to respond? Wait for program to respond. 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 Not responding again. It's just trying to play a cutscene. Yeah? Yeah? Close program. Well, here we go. Hey, with a little luck, it hasn't auto-saved at that moment of the crash. think whatever's on the other side there in our radar, that's what the other guys were shooting at before. One of them's probably the Asani clone. Fall back, guys. We need to be a hero. If these mindless zombies are going to act like mindless zombies.
Charging up.
We got the clone, right? You guys wouldn't happen to have any med gel, would you? Zombies?
Negative contacts, Commander.
Here we go. Does he want a duration? What's the duration one? Probably not. Why are you aiming? Look at this, like the camera. How do I get the free
Kill this thing. Fast.
camera, please? There we go. That was weird.
I smell trouble.
Oh, you're dead.
I thought it was over that time.
Huh, I could have used my heal spell and my revive, and he would have had more, come back with more health.
Take them out.
You know what? What's this? Why are they using pistols? That could possibly be why we're in so much trouble all the time. They're just sitting there pistoling. If I omni-gel all the how do I get their pistol off them?
Enemy contact.
I thought it was over that time.
No. She's dead already, that's why. Wow, things are dying so much more, so much quicker now that they're using their assault rifles that have been upgraded compared to their level 1 pistols they've been using all game. That's great. Wow, you guys would have been really helpful on some previous missions. Had I had I forced you to use the gun I wanted you to use.
Metagel deployed.
That thing has to drop soon. A few more, I think.
A few more. Am I jumping down from here, you reckon? Yep. Oh, okay, this takes us back around. Oh, no. Oh man, there, yeah. Now that they're far on auto with like assault rifle with me, we're owning up. I can't get over that they've been on pistol this whole time. Classic companions.
Shepard's been hit!
is good until this one right in front of us gets up, I guess. That look good. Woo!
That's it. Bag 'em and tag 'em.
Yeah, I need to get some more med stuff soon though, dude. If you notice, you and I are in a little spot of bother. Oh, clone's up.
You must die!
Rex, get out of the way.
Ah!
Oh, she's hit me with the thing.
Shepard's been hit!
We are dead. Not quite.
Perimeter clear.
As long as they constantly get in front of me after I... Okay. Cover me, Rexy. Oh, was that it? Oh, there's people in the pods.
I'm free. I suppose I should thank you for releasing me.
Oh, she was the one they were cloning. I don't trust you. Oof, who are you?
How did you end up inside that thing?
My name is Shiala. I served Matriarch Benezia. When she allied herself with Saren, so did I. Benezia foresaw the influence Saren would have. She joined him to guide him down a gentler path. But Saren is compelling. Benezia lost her way.
He tricked her?
Are you saying Saren can control minds?
Benezia underestimated Saren, as I did. We came to believe in his cause and his goals. The strength of his influence is troubling.
She tried to manipulate Saren, but in the end,
That's
the plan
right, Bob.
backfired.
Asari matriarchs are among the most intelligent and powerful beings in the galaxy. How could one fall under Saren's control?
Saren has a vessel, an enormous warship unlike anything I've ever seen. He calls it Sovereign. It can dominate the minds of his followers. They become
His
indoctrinated to Saren's will. The process is subtle. It can take days, weeks, but in the end, it is absolute. I was a willing slave when Saren brought me to this world. He needed my biotics to communicate with the Thorian, to learn its secrets. Saren offered me in trade. I was sacrificed to secure an alliance between Saren and the Thorian.
Wait, they were allies?
Then why were the Geth trying to destroy the Thorian?
After Saren had what he needed, the Thorian became a liability. Saren knows you are searching for the conduit. He knows you are following his steps. He attacked the Thorian so you could not gain the cipher.
What does it do?
What's the cipher? And why did Saren need it?
The beacon on Eden Prime gave you visions. But the visions are unclear, confusing. They were meant for a Prothean mind. To truly comprehend them, you must think like a Prothean. You must understand their culture, their history, their very existence. The Thorian was here long before the Protheans built this city. It watched and studied them. When they died, it consumed them. They became a part of it.
To decipher his knowledge?
So the Thorian taught Saren to think like a Prothean. How?
The cipher is the very essence of being a Prothean. It cannot be described or explained. It would be like describing color to a creature without eyes. To understand, you must have access to endemic ancestral memory. A viewpoint spanning thousands of Prothean generations. I sensed this ancestral memory, the cipher, when I melded with the Thorian. Our identities merged, our minds intertwined. Such knowledge cannot be taught. It simply exists.
I need that information.
I need the cipher.
There is a way. I can transfer the knowledge from my mind to yours, as I did with Saren. Try to relax, Commander. Slow, deep breaths. Let go of your physical shell. Reach out to grasp the threads that bind us, one to another. Every action sends ripples across the galaxy. Every idea must touch another mind to live. Each emotion must mark another's spirit.
I think Rex
We
might
are
get a
all
bit jealous here.
connected.
If
Every
he cared.
living being united in a single glorious existence. Open yourself to the universe, Commander. Embrace eternity. I have given you the cipher, just as it was given to Saren. The ancestral memories of the Protheans are a part of you now.
Are you all right? What just happened?
She messed up, no. Oh my god.
I saw something. It still didn't make any sense.
You have been given a great gift. The experience of an entire people. It will take time for your mind to process this information.
We should get you back to the ship, Commander. Medical needs to know about this.
I'm sorry if you have suffered, but there was no other way. You needed the cipher. In time, it will help you understand the vision from the beacon.
Alright, let's find out about the Sovereign.
Tell me more about this ship Saren has.
Sovereign is alien. I do not know how it was built or where it comes from. Its design does not match that of any known spacefaring species. It dwarfs any vessel in the Citadel or Alliance fleets. Its weapons are devastating, its defenses virtually impenetrable. With it, Saren believes he is unstoppable.
Controls minds.
You said Saren uses it to manipulate his followers.
The indoctrination. There is an energy about Sovereign. You feel drawn to the ship. It makes Saren's arguments more persuasive, more compelling. Spend enough time in Sovereign's presence and you will lose yourself. There is no other way to explain it.
I want to know more about Benezia.
Benezia was greatly respected among our people. A powerful biotic, even for an Asari. She was widely known as a teacher of philosophy and religion. She always sought the paths of peace and harmony. She joined with Saren because she hoped to turn him away from his path of destruction.
Huh. Yeah, that worked out well.
Instead, she became one of his most powerful allies.
As I mentioned before, Matriarch Benezia underestimated Saren. Be sure you do not make the same mistake.
What else can you tell me about Saren?
There is little I could tell you that you do not already know. He's powerful, he's charismatic, and he is dangerous. Once I followed him, blind to his true nature. But now I see he's leading the galaxy into an age of darkness and suffering.
Is there anything else you can tell me about the Thorian?
When the creature enveloped me, I became part of it, but I still don't truly understand it. So alien, so ancient. Its exact age is impossible to know. It measured time differently. 10,000 years of hibernation broken by a few frantic centuries of activity.
Plants vs.
Its mind
Zombies
was
minigame.
awesome, magnificent. It transcended all classification. And now it is gone.
The galaxy's a better place with that thing dead and gone.
The Thorian was a unique life form. A sentient being that lived for 50,000 years, maybe more. There is nothing even remotely like it in the known galaxy. I am grateful you saved me from a life of thraldom. Yet I cannot help but feel some sorrow for the loss of such a rare and remarkable creature.
I want to know more about you.
There is nothing remarkable about me. I was merely one of Matriarch Benezia's disciples. For nearly 2 centuries I followed her, learning at her feet. When Benezia revealed her plan to join Saren, she gave her disciples a choice. Only those who were willing had to follow her. Many felt her plan was too dangerous, but I believed in her. I thought she could turn Saren away from his insanity. Instead, we joined him in it.
What should I do with you?
Now that you're free of the Thorian, what are you planning to do next?
If you allow it, I would like to stay here with the colonists. They have suffered greatly, and I played a role in their suffering. I would like to make amends.
Yeah, that sounds good.
The colonists will need all the help they can get. They'll be happy to have you on their side.
Thank you, Commander. May fortune smile upon you.
You did it. With the Thorian gone, we can start rebuilding for ourselves again. And we're free of Exogenes' threats. We're back to being just a little nowhere colony. Thank you, Commander. It'll be tough going, but we'll make this a home.
You saved most of the infected. It'll take time to recover from the physical effects, but they'll be all right. Thank you.
Any luck finding my workstation out in the ruins?
Oh, here you go.
I managed to find the data and transfer it to your OSD.
That's very good news indeed, thank you.
Just give me my credits and I'll be on my way.
You bet. Thanks for all your help, Commander.
No worries. Hey, Garrus, I'm gonna give you some more decryption. Do you think that's enough for you? Can use decryption skill on hard objects. Alright. Big boy. And then, of course, us with our look at that extra charm point. Ooh, baby. Lift. I like warp. I think getting more warp's good. Stasis. Singularity. What's singularity do? Oh, that's the one that sucks everyone into a thing. Good for grenades. Okay, so we actually want to... we're going back for the last time, hopefully. Actually, wonder if we can go back that way. Because the road's broken, right? So we have to go back the long way? That's interesting. I mean, yeah, we might not be able to go back. Well, I guess we'll find out. Oh, I wonder if the dude... We'll go find the dude. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go down here because I want to see if... Oh, I think we have to go out this way anyway. I don't think we can take the other one. That dude at the end of the tunnel, see if he's there. There's gonna be like a weapon mod and some bullets in this thing, I think. Like that's the that's what I'm getting out of it. He's not here. Aww. Well, hopefully he's okay. So I got the top, take the lift. Now we came in through this, didn't we? I thought they'd cleared this out. No. That's the wrong way. Take the elevator, take the Mako across, hit up that decryption thing, come back. And then we're done on this planet? Is this mission done, actually? This mission's done. Okay, cool. So then we can go back to just hitting up the side quests. We'll have a good side questaganza. Oh, we can't get back. Oh, I wonder if we... Okay, so we can't get back that way. We might be able to go back that way. If not, we just... Oh, we will try it, but if not, we just leave. I wonder if his wife's okay.
Thank you for everything you tried to do here.
I'm free. Thank you for giving
she must
me
have
my
been
mind
ill,
back.
and that's what was causing her problems, because the plant thing was trying to mind control her.
Free. I can't believe I'm free.
Oh, that's the dude that was down in the tunnels. That's cool.
Thank you for everything you did.
You're welcome.
The only thing I can say for that plant is it made me forget how hungry I am.
Pharaohs will be back in shape in no time, Commander. We'll make sure of it.
You were in Torfin, right? Glad you're on our side.
While decrypting these logs, you found something suspicious. Several months' worth of human rations were delivered to an uncharted world of the Voyager cluster. Logs aren't clear, but appears may have been dropped off by somewhere in the Amazon system. So we actually did that before we did the other thing.
I have my own thoughts again. Thank you, Commander.
You're welcome. Oh, that's taking us back to the Normandy. So there is no way back. So we can't decrypt that thing. That's how it goes.
I will do what I can to assist the colony in this difficult time. I am ashamed of the damage done to the lives of these people.
Farewell, Shiala.
Farewell, Commander. I wish you well in your hunt.
I fought so hard, but any thought of my own caused so much pain.
Nice. That feels like a nice spot for me to quick break, hit the streamer room and oh, Ledra, hang on. You got stuff for me?
I never thought I would be so thrilled to see a soldier. Forgive my previous inaction, but under the Thorian's influence, every thought was examined and filtered.
What are your plans now?
What will you do now that the fighting is over?
I may stay, try to recover my losses. I can have new supplies delivered within weeks. Perhaps the colony will survive after all.
What do you have for
Let
sale?
me see what you have in stock.
Of course. Return in the future, and I may even have more to see.
Equalizer 7 sniper rifle. It's expensive though. Look at all the stuff we have to sell. Like how much do we get for something like... Oh, good money, okay. Something like that. These are worth nothing. So we have 125,000. One of his weapons is costing 150, and that's going to sell. That one's going to sell for 16. That's okay. But I think anything that's like a level 2's got to go. Possibly even level 3s. Yeah, let's get rid of anything that's level 3. What do I use the other gel for? Alright, good doing business.
Finally, that damn thing is out of my head. I can think without pain. And with the power cells you brought, I can get this place up and running again. Thanks, Commander.
It will take time for things to get back to normal around here.
Thank you for freeing us.
I don't know, as long as we don't get any interference on the way out. Very cool. And more important, very good that I got these guys with their their automatics equipped.
Stand by, shore party. Decontamination in progress.
Commander, you look pale. Are you suffering any ill effects from the cipher?
I was just brain probed.
My brain's been scrambled like an egg. How do you think I feel?
I might be able to help you. I am an expert on the Protheans. If I join my consciousness to yours, maybe we can make some sense of it.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Do it. Hurry. We don't have much time.
Relax, Commander. Embrace eternity. That was incredible. All this time, all my research, yet I never dreamed. I am sorry. The images were so vivid. I never imagined the experience would be so intense. You are remarkably strong-willed, Commander. What you have been through, what you have seen, would have destroyed a lesser mind.
Did you see anything?
The beacon on Eden Prime must have been badly damaged. Large parts of the vision are missing. The data transferred into the Commander's mind is incomplete.
Did you learn anything?
You must have seen something.
I was able to interpret the data relayed through your vision, what was there at least, but something was missing. Saren must have the missing information. Maybe he found another beacon. If we can find the missing data from your vision, I can... Oh. I am sorry. The joining is exhausting. I should go to the medical bay and lie down for a moment.
Wait, why am I fine?
You sure it was the joining? I feel fine.
Your role in our communion is passive. I am the one who must submerge myself in your mind, drown myself in your thoughts. It is more difficult than it looks. The human subconscious instinctively resists the joining, Commander. A strong personality like yours makes it even harder.
Alright, go ahead.
We're done here. Dismissed.
I've sent off the Pharos report, Commander. You want me to patch you through to the Council?
No.
Don't bother.
Aye, aye, ma'am.
I don't want to speak to those jerks. Like, seriously, why would I want to? Quick save. So yeah, finished. Was that one Pharos? We've got that one to do, but we've got a bunch of assignments. We've got the collection ones. These ones will just happen. Cerberus and Rogue, and then these investigates are in specific location, right? The logs of the freighter on Pharos showed largely retrieving major system in Voyager cluster. Interesting is there's nothing other way that would warrant supply. Go to Amazon system, which I'm pretty sure we haven't been to. Nota Crux on the Vostok. Pretty sure we haven't been to that one either. Maroon Sea cluster. Alright, let's have a look at the... actually, we go talk to everyone real quick. It's always good to talk to companions after you complete a story mission in most RPGs. Not about Presley, though. You don't really care about Presley? Maybe.
Yes, Commander?
Nope. Good.
Carry on, Presley.
Yes, ma'am.
Right, let's go find... what's their faces? Nice codex point. Caden.
Anything you need, Commander?
Tactical appraisal.
What's your opinion on the last mission?
I'm glad there aren't many aliens like the Thorian. I don't think my stomach could take it. One of my cousins has an agribusiness. I was thinking of calling him. Maybe he can get some shipments into Pharos. I mean, now that they're cut off from the company.
Personal input?
Just trying to get a sense of where the crew's at. Thoughts?
Well, they know about the stonewalling you've had from the council.
Stonewalling? Haven't been talking to the council.
And what do they think?
They're on your side. They're pissed about the resistance we're getting, especially from our side. I'll have a better handle on all of it when my head stops hurting. Another L2 flare-up.
Can't you retrofit to L3s?
You ever thought about going back under the knife? Maybe get an upgrade?
No thanks, Commander. One slip and you can't remember your own name. The L2s spike higher anyway. My abilities would drop with pain-free L3s. And it'd be a cold day before I turn myself over to a Canadic subsidiary.
Got a story there, Alenko?
You know the records about the biotic training out on Jump Zero? They're all classified. Because the Alliance made mistakes. After first contact, Canadics was set up to track Element Zero exposures and develop implants for humans. Once we had an embassy on the Citadel, Canadics could bring in experts instead of taking it slow.
Experts?
The only experts would have to be aliens.
Dead on. Turians, actually. That's why Canadics kept it a secret. They were afraid of what people back home would think, asking the Turians for help when we just fought a war with them.
Yeah, why not the Asari?
And the Asari would have been more acceptable than the Turians.
Yes, but the company didn't go through the Citadel. It would have made Earth look weak, so they discreetly hired some Turian mercenaries.
Do what you have to, I guess, right?
I'm sure Canadics did what they thought was best.
It wasn't best for us. They brought in an ex-military Turian named Commander Vernus. A real hard-ass. He basically had a free pass to break us if it would turn out a decent biotic. Kind of spiraled from there, Commander.
They ever bust the guy?
Did he ever face charges for that?
He got his, yeah. But like everything else at Jump Zero, it was under the table. The less said, the better. Anyway, this is ancient stuff. I walked it off a long time ago. I should get back to my duties, Commander. We're here to make history, not rehash it.
No.
We'll talk another time, Lieutenant.
Commander?
Oh, that was going to be a door that opened up. Alright, where's What's-Her-Face? And where's her face at? Oh, Liara's over there. Okay. No, that's right. She's in medbay.
Commander, are you coming to check up on me?
You look much better. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas assures me I am going to be fine. I was impressed with her knowledge of Asari physiology.
Yeah, she's the best.
You're in good hands. Dr. Chakwas knows what she's doing.
I get the feeling you want to ask me something, Commander.
Yeah, tell me more about you.
Maybe we could pick up where we left off. You were telling me about your interest in the Protheans.
Actually, I think I was talking about my interest in you, and making a fool of myself in the process. As I said, I am not used to dealing with people, especially humans. I did not really know much about your species when we first met, Shepard. I found it hard to take humanity seriously. Your kind always seemed so rushed and high-strung.
Yeah, it's because we're short-lived.
We don't have the luxury of time. An Asari can live for 1,000 years. We're lucky if we hit 150.
That
Wait,
is true.
we can live to 150?
At first I thought that was a weakness of your species. After spending time with you and your crew, however, I think it may actually be an advantage. You humans are creatures of action. You pursue your goals with an almost indomitable determination. It is an admirable trait, but also an intimidating one.
Intimidating?
You're scared of us?
Unfortunately, the rest of the galaxy sees humanity as something of a bully. You run over anyone
that's how we
in
see
your
humanity
path to
down
get
here
what you
now.
want. It is up to people like you to change their minds, Shepard.
Me?
Why me?
There is a reason the Council chose you to become a Spectre. They saw something special in you. The best of what humanity has to offer. I looked into your history. I know what you did on Torfin. I cannot even imagine how horrible that must have been, but you did what had to be done.
You could have asked.
You didn't need to go behind my back. I would have told you whatever you wanted to know.
I apologize, Commander. After our last conversation, I was afraid I would say something stupid again. I wanted to know more about you, to understand what made you into the woman you are. There is something compelling about you, Shepard.
Me or the bacon?
You're interested in me because of my visions. You just want to know more about the Protheans.
I admit, your connection to the Protheans had something to do with my initial interest, but it has grown beyond that. You intrigue me, Shepard, but I was not sure if it was appropriate to act on my feelings. I thought there might already be a relationship between you and Lieutenant Alenko.
It's not serious.
The Lieutenant and I are just friends. Nothing more.
My mistake, then. I am not as adept at understanding human relationships as I thought. But what about us, Shepard? Is there a mutual attraction, or was I wrong about that too?
Well, you know, there's something there. Our heart belongs to Rex, but just in case.
No, you were right. There is something between us.
I knew it, and I knew you felt it too. But does this not seem rather strange? Why do I feel so close to you? We have only known each other a short time. We are from two different species. We have almost nothing in common. This makes no sense.
I'm hot. Yeah, does any more really need to be said?
Saren wants both of us dead. That's something.
That is not the most romantic reason, is it? You make it all sound so dangerous.
That's why it's fun. Yeah.
A little danger makes things exciting.
This is all a bit overwhelming. I am not used to this. You. I need some time.
I understand.
Take all the time you need, Liara. I'll be here.
Thank you, Shepard. Let's just talk about something else for now.
No.
I should go.
Goodbye, Shepard.
Alright. Let's go downstairs. What's going on, Garrus?
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it.
Alright, Baha,
He was
9000.
C-Sec, one of the best.
Have a great weekend,
I
man.
grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre?
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it.
He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Not all Spectres are like Saren, you know.
Of course not. But Saren's not going to play by our rules. C-Sex rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Gotta admire those colonials. That's about the worst place for a colony I've ever seen. Given the option, I'd get the hell out of Dodge.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was just watching some mail from home.
Oh, before I go, we saw Caden in a news vid about the Normandy. He's cute. Later, sis.
Let's pretend this never happened.
Caden,
Are you interested in the Lieutenant, Chief?
Fraternization is against regulations, ma'am. Don't ask, don't tell. What's up? You didn't come by to eavesdrop on family mail.
I didn't mean to. Yeah.
Your family seems to be important to you.
Yeah, we've always been close. Me and my sisters especially. With Dad on duty so much, I had to help Mom raise them.
After helping raise them, your sisters still talk to you? Amazing.
Things were tense between Sarah and me for a while. Then we bonded.
Sounds like your father wasn't around much. Wasn't your family stationed near him?
Dad always wanted to serve in space, but he wanted us to have real ground under our feet. He'd say, space is beautiful, but you can't raise a family there. I cannot rest from travel. I will drink life to the lees. All times I have enjoyed greatly, have suffered greatly, both with those that loved me and alone. For always roaming with a hungry heart, much have I seen and known, cities of men and manners, climates, councils, governments.
What's that crap?
Poetry. You gonna bore the enemy to death, Marine?
Dad'll work on Geth, but I'll give it a shot. Just like to remember why we fight. Ulysses was my dad's favorite poem. Every time he shipped out, he recorded me reading it. He had a dozen versions when he retired.
Does he still like it?
I sure hope so. I read it to his grave every time I go home. Dad passed on a few years back. He's probably still watching, though.
I thought you said he was dead.
You know, from heaven, wherever that is.
Okay.
That's not a problem with you, is it? That I believe in God?
Everyone has the right to believe what they want. Says so in the Alliance Charter, only with fancier words.
I'm glad you're open-minded about it. I've met a few people who are really weirded out by my faith. Because I work in space, I can't believe in a higher power? Jeez.
Oh.
Hello, have you people looked out the window? How can you look at this galaxy and not believe in something? I should get back to my duties. Didn't mean to take up so much of your time.
Alright.
Dismissed, Chief.
Ma'am?
Now, where's my Rexy baby? How you doing, big boy?
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good? He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Wait, you knew Saren?
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
Keep talking.
I'll decide what's important. Now tell me how you know Saren.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. Couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Poor Rex. He's just misunderstood.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
You sound down.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
Yeah, I like silence.
I find it rather peaceful. Don't worry, you'll get used to it.
But it's more than just the silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Maybe that's the point.
Sounds like the pilgrimage isn't just about finding resources for the fleet. Maybe it's about teaching you to appreciate your people and culture.
You're probably right. We Quarians spend our whole lives traveling. But really, we never leave home. The pilgrimage has given me a whole new perspective on our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You're going back, right?
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back eventually. But we have to stop Saren first. Otherwise, I might not have a home to go back to.
I should go.
See you later.
Mm-hmm. Alright, let's go scour some of these areas. I should also, I'm going to write down the ones I haven't been to. I probably should have done that at the start. Alrighty.